Notice that I have the daisy positioned perpendicular to the table, and I've already created an incision using a scalpel blade in the skin portion of the daisy. Just to review, this is the skin portion of the daisy, and of course inside the daisy is the intestinal portion, which we'll leave tucked inside. I'm going to be demonstrating the near-far, far-near suture pattern, which is a tension-relieving suture pattern that's used primarily under conditions of tension on the skin. And so you will be performing this pattern on the skin portion of the daisy. Notice that I have the needle holder positioned in the center of the needle, securely clamped in position, properly using the thumb forceps as well. And I'm going to grasp the near portion of the skin. Okay, this is the near bite on the near side. This is the far, meaning far from the incision on the far side of the incision. Reset. And I'm going to pull through the suture material so I don't waste a lot of suture. Now, this third bite is far from the edge. And the fourth bite is near the edge. Now, I've taken care this time to make sure that both arms of my suture are on the same side, so I don't cross the suture, although it's probably not that much of a worry. I want to tie straight across the incision. Now you can see how the suture pattern actually takes up tension very nicely. And so this is performing a square knot. You can see that the tension is not taken up very well with just a simple square knot. Now I'm using polydioxanone 910, which is commonly known as Vicryl suture. I'm demonstrating now another tension relieving suture pattern called the far near near far. It's similar, quite similar to the near far far near, except constructed somewhat differently. This is far near near far. So the first bite on the near side of the pattern is far away from the skin edge. Notice that I am using the skin portion of the daisy. So that's far from the skin edge. The second bite is near the skin edge, hence the name far near. Notice that I'm resetting my needle. Generally these suture patterns, such as the far near, near far, are used when there's conditions of tension, and so oftentimes you have to reset your needle in between bites. The third bite is near the skin edge, and the fourth bite is far from the skin edge. You can see that the suture bites are vertical in nature, meaning vertical from the perspective of the surgical incision. And I've taken care to make sure that the end of my suture and the swagged on portion of my suture are on the same side, so they don't cross the suture across the incision. You can see how nicely that takes up the tension on the skin portion of the daisy, although you can still see that there's a gap. Because of that gap, I'm going to tie this using a surgeon's knot.